I know there are a lot of people that are going through some things right now, personally, professionally, mentally, emotionally, physically. Trust me, I've been there and I am there. Sometimes it's all we can do just to take one more breath. Just one more breath. That one more step, as painful as it is. I just want you to know that you're not alone. Again, we're all going through something. We don't know someone else's struggles, but I want you to know, whoever is watching this, I do see you. I hear you. Yes, we do question at times why we're on this planet and all this pain and this fear, people attacking other people and wars and all this nonsense. Granted, it's all part of the human condition, but just one more breath. Sometimes when we're at our lowest point, that's when the magic happens. We don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen. And we're feeling like one more day of this and we're done. How am I going to survive tomorrow? How am I going to feed my children tomorrow? How am I going to do what I need to do to take care of myself tomorrow? One more breath. And I could go on into about how we can trust the process and ask God and ask guides and ask our angels and the goddesses and our, ancestors and everybody. But you've got that strength in you, and you may not know where it's coming from. You seriously may not know in 10 minutes what your next step is going to be. And that's okay too. It's scary, and I understand, I get it. Take that breath. You are on this planet because you're supposed to be on this planet. You may know that you have gifts here to share with others. You may not know. And that could mean anything. Just being you is a gift, right? So know that in the darkness and in the despair and when you are at your lowest and you have no idea how you're going to get out of it, there are miracles, there are helpers. Reach out and I know that for some of us, asking for help, asking for just a shoulder or a safe space, just so we can get everything off of our chest, so we can release that. Sometimes that's a scary thing to ask for, is just 5 minutes of space, 5 minutes of safe space. But there are people who can offer that. Take another breath. Do your best to step out of the fear as much as you can. Feel and envision that what you want to experience. We don't always know the how. Sometimes we're not allowed to know the how it's going to happen until it happens. And for me, being the not very patient person that I am, that's one of the hardest things to do, is to not know. Do I know how some of my questions are going to be answered tomorrow, or how some situations are going to change for me tomorrow, even 6 hours from now? I have no idea. But I will tell you, always at the last minute, something happens. Always, without fail. It could be an idea, it could be an inspiration, it could be a message, it could be a gift, it could be someone calling and saying, I have an extra meal, would you like it? It could be anything. Anything. Oh, I've got a free ticket for this, or concert, or whatever it might be. I want you to keep the hope. Know that you are not alone. There are those of us who understand what you are going through. Reach out to your higher self, to the source of life, whatever that might be. whether it's God, Goddess, angels, archangels, unicorns, dragons, fairies, nature. It's all here to help us. Just take that next breath. Surrender for a moment into not knowing. Because I will tell you from personal experience, the universe loves to give us surprises. I've always said, I love surprises. I love to be surprised. I'm not all that keen on it showing up at the 11th hour. But that's where I get to practice breathing and knowing without a doubt, with the utmost faith, that everything is okay. In fact, the last 3 weeks, several people randomly have come up to me and said, you know everything's going to be okay, don't you? Everything's going to be okay. Not even knowing my story. Not even knowing my past. Not even knowing my health issues. Not even knowing that I have not been without pain in my body since 2011. Not an entire day has gone by. And as a healer, that doesn't mean I don't know how to heal myself. That's showing me where I still have a little work to do to release that pain, which has an emotional basis to it. And then, of course, there was an injury on top of that. And so I'm one of those where there are some days when it's all I can do just to breathe. Sometimes the pain is so intense I can hardly think. I just have to breathe. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Remember to get myself out in nature. And do like I did last night. Under the new moon, in my bare feet, standing next to a tree and hugging him and releasing my sorrow, my anger, some grief. Some of it. I'm still hurting today, so it's still there. However it works for you to transmute that what you're feeling inside, and especially the fear, transmute that if you can into love. Take that breath. Love yourself. Sometimes our greatest act of self-love is just to breathe. To trust. And to surrender. Because in that surrendering, and we're falling, we're always caught. We're always caught. Know that you are loved. You are supported. You are held in God's grace. You are held in the grace of the Goddess. You are held in my heart. You may not even know who I am, and if you're looking at this, I may not know who you are. But know that you are loved and you are supported. Take that breath. Face that fear. Surrender. Surrender into the fear.